Hi, I'm Vishen Lakiani. I'm going to be your host for this masterclass. So I just flew about 29 hours all the way from Asia to Chicago to be here. We're in farm country about an hour west of Chicago. And this is the beautiful home of Christie Marie Sheldon, who's going to be joining us for this masterclass. Christie's a really interesting, remarkable healer. For the longest time, I was skeptical about some of the things that Christie speaks about until in 2012, I was about to deliver a talk in LA, but I was sick with bronchitis. Someone introduced me to Christie, and after being sick for 3 weeks, going to multiple doctors, being on different sorts of medication, Christie walked into my room and she basically said, Vishen, this has to do with some deeper issues going way beyond just your body or your conscious mind. She did some energy work on me, and in 24 hours, that illness disappeared. It was remarkable, and it got me fascinated by what Christie does. See, there are 3 types of coaches you can work with. There's the traditional coach, think of your sports coach, right, in school, who is coaching you at a conscious level. Then they are subconscious coaches, think teachers like Marissa Peer or hypnotherapists. Christie is a coach for what she calls the superconscious, or in other words, the soul, that energetic aspect of us that we sometimes forget we have, but according to healers like Christie, lead to everything we experience in life. Now, Christie has coached and worked on over 30,000 people one-on-one, including many best-selling actors, authors, at least one Nobel Prize winner. She's really in demand, and she's not someone who's easy to access because her work is truly remarkable. So with that, let's get started with this special masterclass with Christie Marie Sheldon. Hi everyone, this is Vishen Lakiani, and welcome to a brand new Unlimited Abundance Masterclass with the one and only Christie Marie Sheldon. I hope you're ready for a massive shift, because your abundance blocks, those sneaky little subconscious blocks that hold you back, many of them are about to disappear. And people report huge shifts in the way they see their work, their meaning in life, their level of financial standing, their relationship with money following this class. So by the time you reach the end of the session, you'll know exactly what you need to do to get your life moving in a completely new footing when it comes to abundance. So I have no idea how you got here, but what I know is you're here because of abundance blocks. You're here to unblock your abundance and learn about the 24 common blocks that people have and take on throughout their life. Christie has identified these 24 blocks through her work with some 20,000 clients. So we picked this topic because of you. When we repeatedly survey our list, the number one area of personal growth that people want to work on is their financial standing. Now, you rated financial standing above love and health and spiritual growth, and this may sound odd for such an enlightened group like you, but there's a perfectly good reason why. You see, all of us know that when we improve our abundance, everything else improves. The biggest reason for divorce in America? Money. Abundance helps your relationships. And, while health is important, with abundance, you can get the best healthcare. You can afford to eat healthy. You can get great exercise routines or trainers to help you live longer. With abundance, you can send your kids to better schools, give back to the community, invest in your spiritual growth. For all of these reasons, abundance is a keystone skill. Once you have abundance, everything else comes together. So, before we bring on Christie, let me give her an incredible introduction that a woman of her caliber deserves. Christie has spent 15 years on radio shows, seminars, serving over 20,000 clients. But the main thing is, Christie is our foremost lecturer on Mindvalley Academy. Out of some 200 courses, her products were the number one program in 2013, 14, and 15. And Christie is also, I guess the best thing I can say is she's my coach. And, I work with many of the greatest minds in personal growth. When I have a big challenge that's stumping me, Christie is the one I call on for healing. Now, she's an incredible teacher. And I say this because her recent video from a talk she gave at Awesomeness Fest just hit 2 million views on YouTube. Think about that, 2 million views. And the last 1 million all came in the last 12 months. People love this woman and her work. So here's why this class is extremely important to all of us today. Today, if you look around you, you'll see that there's a growing gap between the rich and the poor. It seems that the rich are getting wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. The gap is increasing. Now, it's not education, it's not looks, it's not brains, it's not degree, it's not, parental support that makes someone rich, because you will find that for any field you look at, they are broke plumbers, they are broke teachers, they are broke writers, they are broke entrepreneurs. They are also wealthy plumbers, wealthy teachers, wealthy writers, wealthy entrepreneurs. It's not so much the industry or the intellect. What is it then? And according to Christie, it is abundance blocks. Abundance blocks are the root cause of how you pull money into your life, and how, as you'll see later, I want you to take this down, how you attract money, but also how you keep money or see it leak away from you, and how you grow money. Attract, keep, and grow. Christie said she wanted to do a class on removing abundance blocks. And this was going to be a live coaching class. So it was on a webinar platform. We had space for 200 people. Christie was teaching live. People got to ask questions. People paid $1,000 to sign up for that class. Now what happened was, because it was a webinar platform and Christie was answering questions and interacting with people, we capped it at 200, right? But double the people signed up. 400 people signed up. So we just ended up doing it twice. And so Christie, she worked like a crazy woman. She would teach for 2 hours for group A, and then for another 2 hours that same week for group B, and then she'd repeat this for 12 weeks. So in total, each group got 24 hours of Christie. Now here's the funny thing. After that class, Christie and her team sent an email to these 400 people, and they said, write back to us. We want to know how things are going. Write back to us. Let us know. Specifically, she said, let us know if you received money in any strange and unexpected ways. Now, here's the crazy thing. We got emails back, and when we added up the emails, it amounted to $3 million in value. And that's just from 400 people. That averaged out to about $7,500 per person on average. And the thing is, not everyone wrote back to us. Christie estimates that as many as 5 times that amount, so about 15 million, came true. So that's almost 35,000 to 40,000 per person. Now, this was mind-blowing. So what we did is we took those recordings, we made them available as a course. Now, initially people paid $1,000 for it. When we made the recordings available, of course, it was hugely discounted, about 75%. And thousands of people have now gone through those recordings, and the results are still incredible. You learn at the end of how you can get the recordings, but we won't talk about that now. We're going to go straight to the training. Now, I know there are those of you here who might be thinking, is this going to work for me? Like, how does this actually work? My blocks are so stubborn. I'm 40, 50 years old. I've not been able to get rid of this. And so I want to share with you a couple of stories, okay? I'm just going to flash them on screen. We won't spend too much time reading them. These are letters that we get from people who have attended this masterclass or have taken Christie's Unlimited Abundance course. Now, just check this out, okay? Holly Stafford, she said, after 2 weeks of taking the course, she's an artist. She had a fabulous art show 2 months early, over 500 in sales. She started getting asked to do commission work. Elizabeth Roberts, check this out. 2 weeks into the program, her business sold with ease, and after paying off debt, had 26 grand left over. Ted Podromu, $30,000 of unexpected money has come into my life. I started manifesting that 20K would come into me in some fashion during Feb. Today is only Feb 13, and $30,000 of unexpected money has come into my life. I was notified today that my job is ending next week, and I'm receiving 3 months severance, which I wasn't expecting. How about that? And this one from Andrea Schuders. Within 2 days of listening to your Limited Abundance program, 2 days, I got news my grandfather's company, which had been for sale for 3 years, had been sold, resulting in 78 grand as a windfall for me, half of which I got within a month. This person, Caitlin, total value of this manifesting so far is $16,500. Incredible. This letter came in from Corinne Pevney. We were under the impression we had to retire to get any of our retirement money. It totaled 80K, and we needed 82K to get her debt paid off. This was because her husband had cancer, diagnosed with cancer, and had huge medical bills. What happened was she ended up getting the retirement early, so $80,000 as a check came to her. Now, I know, These are not large sums of money, but what you'll notice is it happened fast. And this is one of the things that happens when you clear your abundance blocks. It is insane how rapidly it seems that the universe comes to you, that your reality shifts when these blocks disappear. You see, the great truth, and we all know this, Christie knows this, I know this, many of our greatest teachers in Mindvalley know this, it's not your thoughts that create your reality. It's your beliefs that create your reality. And your beliefs, a large chunk of them, you do not know you have. The ratio between what you know you believe and what you do not believe is such that there may be 10 times more unseen, unaware beliefs in you that you're not sure of, that you don't know you have. But these beliefs are what influence your reality. And when you start getting rid of them, and Christie says there are 24 primary ones when it comes to abundance, everything shifts. Now, one more case study. This woman, I received $200,000. That's right, $200,000, and I only purchased the program 2 months ago. My financial planner informed me a few weeks ago that after a total loss of income from 08 to 09, my investment account has reaped the benefits of a market upturn in 10 and 11, creating an additional $200,000 in gains. That was Victoria Comfort. Now, the crazy thing is, when these abundance blocks disappear, sometimes they take with them other issues in your life. This person said, "This is truly amazing. Obviously, preventing abundance in many ways, especially health. And I'm pleased to say 2 weeks on, I've also stopped being a smoker." Unbelievable. So, I don't know what experiences you're going to have, but I know that this course is the one that gets us the largest number of just random, spontaneous case studies from our customers. Christie, welcome. I've given you a grand introduction, so let's get started.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Everyone, I am so excited that you joined me today for this energy clearing session. It's not every day that I get to share my gift with this many people at the same time. We have so many people with us today, and I'm so happy to be doing this session again. And I just want to acknowledge everyone who joined me the last year. I also want to say that if you felt some sort of force driving you to take part in this event, then you need to pay very close attention, because there may be something here that you actually need to hear. Your soul guided you here. And before we begin, I want you to understand that anything can happen, and I'm going to be working with your collective energy fields. And from my experience working with large groups of people, it's going to lead to some profound and sometimes surprising results. And I hope that you have a pen and paper ready. Anything to take some notes would be amazing, because trust me, you're going to want to remember some of the stuff that you come up with. And let's start with a short outline of what you're going to learn during the 1 hour session. And it's divided into 6 different sections. The energy clearing exercise, the experience of this is going to come in the second half of the session. And I want you to pay attention to that section. In the first section, I'm going to talk to you about the truth about money. And here, I'm going to show you why money might not be what you think it is. And then I'm going to give you a very short but very important self-reflection exercise. And the second section is extremely important. I'm going to tell you about the abundance blocks, why they're holding you back from wealth. And here, I'm also going to share a couple of fascinating and maybe a little shocking stories about my clients and how they completely turn their lives around by overcoming their abundance blocks. In the third section, we're going to look at how energy block clearing works. Well, I'll be honest, I was a little hesitant to share this stuff at first because most energy healers never really share their secrets. But I believe that you deserve to be empowered with this information, and it'll help you get even better results. The fourth section is the one that you're going to be waiting for. It's an energy clearing session. And in this session, I'm going to use my gift to tap into your collective energy fields and elevate them for abundance. And I can't stress to you how valuable this is going to be for you, because very few healers would do this kind of thing online. So no matter what, do not miss this session. The fifth section is quite fascinating, and it's called, "How much are your abundance blocks costing you?" And here, I'm going to give you a neat little tool that I've made, and I'm going to show you in dollars and cents how much you could be earning if you were liberated from your abundance blocks. And the sixth session and the final section has honestly got me a little nervous. Vishen's going to put me on the hot seat, ask me a number of piercing questions on abundance blocks and my method. And if you're skeptical or even just curious, you're going to have a field day with this one. So stay with me all the way to the end, because at the end, I'm going to give you a very special invitation.
Now, one of the things you got to know about this training is that Christie is a channeler, meaning that she downloads information as she's teaching. And there are two unique things that happens, which are very particular to Christie. One is sometimes when you're channeling, your eyes might close or flutter, or, you know, you don't have a camera face on. Okay, so what happens is that when Christie is training, we show a slide. We don't actually show her. That's out of respect for her privacy. The second thing is really cute. She giggles. She feels a download of energy, and it makes her giggle. So all of Christie's trainings, including this masterclass, including her program Unlimited Abundance, you hear these random spontaneous giggles. Get used to it. That's the energy of joy. So when the training starts, you will no longer see the video feed. You will just see a slide, and you will see us again towards the end of this class. Now, before we begin, what I want to do is give you a quick quiz. Take out your pen and your paper, open up your workbook, and I want you to give yourself, on a scale of 0 to 10, a score for these questions. This will help you determine where in your life you need to start focusing on to help heal abundance blocks. Now, I'm going to go really fast in the interest of time, but also because when I go fast, you don't have time for your logical mind to kick in and debate. It's a straight up intuitive response. So ready? Give yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, a score for these questions. 10 being the highest. Question number 1. I'm happy with my current job. Write down your number. Question number 2. I get paid for doing what I love. 3. I deserve abundance in all areas of my life. How much do you agree with that? 4. I have the skills and talents to provide great value to others. 5. I feel supported on my path to success. 6. I have a step-by-step action plan to create my abundant life. 7. I can be successful and abundant and still have balance in my life. 8. I'm making more and more money yearly as I grow in my career or business. 9. Finances don't cause stress in my family life. 10. Finances don't cause stress in my social life. 11. I'm satisfied with my current level of abundance. Great. So you should have given yourself a score from 1 to 10 on all of those items. And now, let's get started with the training. And at this point, Christie, we're going to replace you, the image of you, with a slide. So you can begin.
Let me start with a couple of questions, and I want you to take down your answers. Write them down because you want to note them. What is abundance and money like for you currently? Is it easy to get? Is it hard to hold on to? Is it only found on credit cards? Or is money a non-issue in your life because you have an abundance of it? You have plenty. Whatever the reason is that you're on this call, I can tell you this. I have had thousands of clients who felt hindered in their ability to manifest abundance in the form of cash or wealth or any other thing associated with material energy. They wanted these things so that they could have the freedom to experience life a certain way, to love their kids a certain way, to help their family a certain way. Some people want to send their kids to a good school. They want to share cultures and travel. They want to love their family any way they want because they have the resources to do it. And for a lot of people, even on this call, hearing the phrase, the love of money is the root of all evil, somewhere became a subconscious or unconscious program that you bought into. And you think somewhere that money is bad to have. But I see a lot of very moneyed people doing philanthropy. So you have to get that money is just an energy where you can use it for good things. It might surprise a lot of you that I look at money as just simply an energy thing. But if I'd known what I'm going to teach you 20 years ago, my whole world would have been very different. You know, starting in my mid-20s, I did manifest an abundance that most people would only dream of. And I'm being very conservative when I say this because I don't like to brag. I don't like to talk about myself. I'm just giving you information so you can know that I know what I'm talking about. But I've had the multimillionaire's lifestyle, the cars, the private plane, the multiple homes in 3 parts of the world, the 5-star vacations. I've done it all. I had a lot of fun doing it. I hung out with loads of rich people and celebrity rich people.
And I watched how they acted about money. And I learned early on that wealthy people think money is easy to get, and they really don't have a lot of issues trying to figure out the whole game of it. It's only an energy that they've mastered doing what they love, and then they focus their other part of their life on just doing things they love. That's it. So I do get what it takes to manifest a lot of money, but I also completely understand the other reality of being poor. I did the poor college broke kid thing. I had no cash. I used to work 80 hours a week. I put myself through college. I grew up in a very middle class family. I have had a job since I was 11 years old. And why? Because I wanted to earn my own money. Okay. And so I've done the full range of manifesting abundance. I'm also lucky enough that I get to do what I love for a living. I always say I get to be Christie for a living. And I want that for you too, where you get to just be yourself and earn a solid income. I have worked on well over 25,000 people on clearing their blocks to happiness. And these blocks include having prosperity and abundance. And I think I have a PhD in clearing blocks from people. You know, even Mother Teresa manifested millions of dollars with her abundant mindset. She attracted millions of dollars from other abundant and wealthy people. She used her abundance mindset to cultivate and grab and hold and keep and manifest the resources that were available to her. And she is an excellent magnet for abundance. You see, money is just an effect. The true cause of your money situation is your energy and your abundance programs that you have agreed with, aligned with, bought and sold to yourself and made them true in your reality. And here's what I know. I think manifesting anything, including cash, money, more income, less income, is basically a sum total of your energy frequencies and the patterns that you have received in your life that make up your thoughts, your ideas, your judgments, your beliefs, and all your energetic frequencies that make up this energy have created you making decisions. All of these programs have made you decide, do I slam the big door shut to abundance, kaboom, or do I open the big golden door so that I can flow into me more and more and more abundance? You see, the truth about money is energy. You have an energetic set point about money, cash, things, abundance, and life. And as you know by now, abundance blocks are subconscious barriers that have been implanted in you silently, behind the scenes, from society, your families, your religion, the people you grew up with. And they sabotage your efforts to gain wealth. They can come from anywhere, your parents, your mentors, your friends, the media, government. How? Well, I want you to think about it. As a child, did you ever hear your parents complaining about greedy, unethical people? Did they talk about how the government always sides with, the rich people instead of the masses? Did you ever hear the line from the Bible that it's harder for a rich man to enter heaven than for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle? Or you may have watched a movie, listened to a song, or read an article that calls money the root of all evil. Maybe your parents told you that working hard is the only key to success. All of these things sound pretty insignificant, right? Because they happen to us all the time. But silently, sneakily, they latch into your subconscious mind and they form the abundance blocks in you. And the result is basically in plain sight. Just look around you. Do you love money? Are you afraid of it? Do you have debt? Do you wake up stressed? You know what I mean? Because we all know that we're kind of saddled with these funny little fears we have about money and our career and success. Some of you overlook opportunities all the time. Some of you work 80 hours a week like I did when I was a kid, and you don't feel like you're getting anywhere above and beyond where you currently are, okay? You know, the list goes on and on of the ways that we sabotage ourselves with money and debt and things like this. And I want you to understand this because it's important. Even having one abundance block is enough to completely derail your life. I've seen it in working with my clients. I've seen them having one abundance block and it permeates and just kind of moves them off their life path. And I don't want that for you. And that's why I hope you stay listening to this, because I really want you to just clear your abundance blocks. It's totally possible. Give you an example of one abundance block. What if you had the belief that hard work equals success? You become the kind of person that works 60, 70, 80 hours a week. You come home every night exhausted. You miss moments of precious time with your family and your friends. You overexert yourself. We know that stress is one of the leading causes of lots of diseases, and you end up in the hospital or worse. You see, if you left that abundance block unchecked every single moment of your life, it could ruin it, okay? And what I found is that most people have dozens of abundance blocks affecting them at varying degrees. And let me highlight a couple of the most common abundance blocks. One of the blocks is about believing that money is the root of all evil. I want you to think about that for a moment. Let's go back to the phrase that the love of money is the root of all evil. Subconsciously, energetically, whether you know it or not, that belief creates this pattern or a habit. And so then you outpicture the belief that I don't want money. Why don't you want money? Because you want to be a good person. And if you believe that money is evil and simultaneous to that, you believe you're a good person. If you have money, you think you're a bad person. So why would you do that? You're energetically basically throwing away money because you don't want to be a bad person. And whether you know it or not, I've seen this belief on hundreds of my clients, if not thousands, and it affects them. And they can feel the energy shift and change when we release it. And I want that for you. When you change the energy of this story, and you'll feel this later on, you can actually feel the denseness and the intensity of it leaving, okay? You'll just feel lighter. You'll feel better. Now, sometimes we have blocks of feeling things because the world hasn't been safe, and that's also another abundance block. If you think that the world is not safe, then you shut off your feeling, and you might not feel it as intensely as your neighbor does. But the thing is those things are still there affecting you. So energetically, when you change that the love of money is the root of all evil into a different and higher evolved belief, which is that money is a loving and safe and good thing to have, and you treat it like your best friend or your favorite pet by loving it and keeping it around you, then you are in the right frequency of money. I mean, do you guys actually really think of money that way? Do you love it? Because I energetically love money. I just think it's this cool tool that I can use to spread joy and good cheer, right? Now, I hope a light bulb is going off for a lot of you, because here's the thing that I believe, and I want you to really, really, really get this, okay? You guys are sitting here and you think I have a choice to not clear this, but I don't think you have a choice, okay? Because the problem is that these abundance blocks, and you might not even know all of them that they are just sitting there affecting you. And so when you go to do your world's work, you go to do your life purpose, you go do you and, become who you're supposed to be, you have these beliefs and blocks that are stopping you and you're not becoming your full potential. So if you're sitting here thinking that you have a choice, like, oh, I'm not going to clear it, or oh, that it doesn't affect me, I promise you, you are missing out on the greatest gift that you could give yourself. I think it is your divine right to grab hold of the tools and clear your abundance block so you can actually just live who you came here to be. Now let me show you another interesting abundance block. A lot of people go around when things happen that are negative and they go, why am I so broke? Why am I always in debt? Why do I always sabotage myself? Well, you know what? The universe is loving and helpful and wants you to show up as abundant, wealthy, and happy. And so when you ask those things, why am I so broke? Why do I always sabotage myself? The universe, as a love gift, keeps showing you all the reasons why you're broke. All right, have you ever noticed you put up a vision board and then all of a sudden, everything that could go wrong with your money, all of a sudden goes wrong. The washing machine breaks. Well, why is that? Because you're setting a powerful intention and then the universe is showing you what is in the way of it as a love gift. It's trying to show you, hey, over here, you're supposed to clear these abundance blocks, and here they are. I'm going to manifest them so you can see them, so then you can clear them. All right, now some of you guys feel like it's torture, but it's only torture because you're not paying attention. All right, and I want to show you how to find the abundance blocks ahead of time so you don't even have to go through all of that. You are abundant by nature. So if you clear these abundance blocks until they're gone, you have literally no option but to be abundant and be happy. How many of you believe that a job is your source of abundance? I think a job is just a thing that you choose to do that creates value as you push your life force or your energy into it. Okay, so my job makes me really happy because I put my life force into it and I give and give and give and it gives me back. But I want you to think about your job. Does it add value back to your life or does it feel depleting? It's your livelihood. Your life depends on it. You put your living energy into it. And for some of you, it doesn't give you living energy back, right? And the story that a lot of you guys have, that's your abundance block, is my job is unhappy, but I have to stay because it's the only job I can get, or it makes me safe, or, I can't get a better job at this age, etc., etc. But all of those stories, okay, all of those stories are your abundance blocks and what's blocking you from getting something better. I've helped thousands of clients and I get the emails and I get the testimonies and they send them back to me and they go, Christie, I cleared this abundance block that I had about my job and career and what could be better. And I sent out a bunch of resumes and even though it previously wasn't working, all of a sudden, shazam, the big door to abundance opened and now I have new opportunities that are coming to me. All right. And that shows you the simple way in which one abundance block can slam the door shut on your abundance. It can slam the door shut on your happiness. And you deserve happiness. You deserve abundance. You deserve to feel happy and in the flow, that whatever life energy you put into something, it gives you something back that also feels loving and safe and right and good and abundant. You deserve that. This is a very, very common one. If you think at some level that source energy or your higher self or God abandoned you and let you down and isn't helping you in some area of your life or in the past hasn't helped you when you really, really needed it, then you're probably blocked. That's one of the common abundance blocks that I have to clear on everyone because they feel abandoned. They feel shameful. They feel unworthy. They feel like, oh my God, what the heck is wrong with me? Am I not enough? If you think money is the root of all evil, if you ever heard anyone say that, your parents, religion, and you got programmed with it, you're probably blocked. If you have a belief that, hey, I am spiritual and therefore I don't need money, all I need is source, well, you're probably blocked because you believe that all you need is source. But part of source energy is actually money and abundance. Mother Teresa manifested millions of dollars to her causes. She needed money. She got money. Money is just a natural, loving, supportive energy that gets manifested through people and through the universe. So source energy can supply you with all your needs, including money. If you believe that rich people are greedy and do bad things for money, you're blocked. I know hundreds of wealthy, nice people. And I just think that money amplifies who you are really already are at the core. If you believe that rich people only care about money, well, okay, you're blocked because I know hundreds of rich people who donate time, money, love, and energy to things. Some people have the block, hey, well, if I have money, people are going to only like me because I have money and they're going to keep asking for things and I don't want to be a bad guy and turn them down. So you're going to be blocked on that. Or I can't make money quickly. Well, that's also a belief and a block. I saw people make money quickly in the abundance course, and they literally, before the course, didn't believe they could make it quickly. So you can change very rapidly by changing your beliefs and your silly stories and ideas, and that are unconscious to you, most of them, very rapidly using certain tools and techniques. So the good news is it's very possible to remove your abundance blocks, but the challenge is it's not something you can always do alone, because even if you know, and I've heard this from lots of clients, they're very spiritual, they've worked on themselves for 20 years, and the common comment I hear is, Christie, I've worked on that belief, or Christie, I've worked on that thought, or Christie, I've worked on that whole idea. And I'm like, yeah, but I can still see it. So that means it's energetically still there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have intuitively picked it up. And I tell them the exact age. I tell them the exact place they got it. I tell them from whom they picked it up, so they know it's real. They know that I'm actually seeing what's there. And I don't want that for you. Because even if you know exactly where you are, even if you have this logical decision like, hey, I know I have this belief or a block and I want to clear it. Well, if it's still operating inside you, it's still there. Okay? Because your existing energetic frequencies and patterns kind of pull you back to square one if you don't clear the root one. So for any of you that are listening that are in a job crisis or think that you're overdrawn in your happiness set point and you keep moving further and further and further away from what it is that you actually want, and you've got lots of fears and constraints and anger and setback and all sorts of things that are actually not truly you, okay? Because a higher vibration source energy is not fear, worry, anger, and all of these kind of programs. You're in the right place because I'm going to show you how to start shifting this. Crazy thing that happens is, what you guys may not know is that most of these blocks were imprinted from the age of 0 to 7. In my experience, when I'm working on clients and they said, hey, Christie, I was working on myself for 20 years and I couldn't find this stuff and it would never clear. Well, it's because somewhere they weren't finding the root underlying pattern that was programmed into them from the age of 0 to 7. When you're a baby, you're learning how to be a people. And by learning how to be a people, you mimic everyone around you because you want love, you want nourishment, you want care. So if you're like the people around you, they will help you get more of what you want. You're learning how to be a people. You're learning to, hey, if I'm kind of like mom or dad, they'll love me more, they'll help me, they'll feed me, they'll clothe me, they'll take care of me. And by using the interesting brain waves that happen in a baby, the theta brainwave, you start duplicating your whole environment. Now, if your mom and dad are strapped for cash when you're growing up, you're going to be strapped for cash, later in life probably, because you duplicated that energetic pattern, okay? Or if your mom and dad were always arguing about money, well, you might attract a mate that you always argue about money. It's really fascinating how this stuff works. Another funny thing that I see with people is they say, I'm going to be happy when I get a new job, or I'm going to be happy when I retire, or I'm going to be happy when, and part of that story keeps putting your happiness in the future, and you never actually manifest it in the now moment. Okay, so these fear-based agendas are really sucking away your life force and putting your happiness somewhere else, okay? And I want to help you move into a very grateful place. I'm really lucky, again, that I figured this out because, again, it's really fun to me to be on this webinar right now, teaching these things and helping you guys manifest some really cool ways of being and some new things in your life. It's very, very fun to me. I like to give you kind of a visual example. I want you to imagine, and I talk about this in my Love or Above program, a scale of enlightenment. And at the top of the scale of 0 to 1,000 is total enlightenment. So this is where Jesus or a Buddha or, one of those enlightened masters might be hanging out at that level on the scale of enlightenment. And at the scale of 500 is the vibration of love, okay? And I always say to people, if you're living from the energy of love or above, like you're on your path, right? Because you're playing in the energy of love and joyfulness and freedom, all right? And you all know that feeling, okay? When you think of somebody you love, or you think of a pet that you love, or or you think of getting on your Harley Davidson and feeling your freedom, whatever it is, it's, peace, love, fun, joy. Now, when you go to work every day, do you feel that energy? Okay? Because a lot of people, when they go to work, they feel the lower vibration, less than love. They're going to work, they're thinking about paying the bills, they're not very happy, they're just thinking about all the tasks they have to do and where they got to be. And it's rush, 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 and stress, 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 and fear, guilt, worry, shame, anger, frustration, misery, discomfort, right? And if you're listening and that's the vibe that you feel kind of on a daily basis when you're thinking about your job, that's got to shift somewhere. Again, I don't think that you can just shove it under the rug your whole life and not really clear your abundance blocks, because the universe is going to keep showing them to you as a love gift, so you actually go out and clear them. I have helped people who would rather die than go to work anymore. Like, that's literally what their energy said when I looked into it. When I looked into their energy and I said to them out loud, I go, you would rather die than go to work anymore. And they go, yeah, I can't take it anymore. Okay, and I'm like, well, let's shift that. Let's fix the story. Let's start with step one is, let's fix the story that you don't think you can get a better job. And I go on from there and help them. I first delivered unlimited abundance to only a small group of people live, and I recorded it. And one of those people in that group was named Roman. And he changed his life in 12 weeks by doing my abundance course. He was in a dead-end job. He didn't want to do it anymore. He didn't actually know what he wanted to do. And by working with clearing his blocks and doing the course, he realized he had cut off his abundance flow. He was thinking that his current job was his only choice. So he cleared a bunch of beliefs that he had around jobs and about what he wanted to do for a living. And in a moment, I'm going to teach you guys the same exact thing that I taught Roman. And the next thing you know, he applied for a bunch of other careers. Okay. He just said, Christie, I just decided to send out a bunch of resumes. And what I got back in only a few weeks was 3 job offers. He said, I took one of them that gave me a raise and a $5,000 signing bonus. And he goes, I made an extra $20,000 in under 12 weeks. And he even said the best part about it is because a lot of these beliefs and programs came from my parents when I was clearing all this money stuff and this abundance stuff, that I actually now get along with my parents. They don't push my buttons anymore. And I changed apartments, and he changed a whole bunch of things in his life. And he goes, and I'm really clear about what my life purpose is. I mean, if you really think about it, 12 weeks, okay? That is really quick just by shifting some abundance blocks. He cleared some stuck energy. He deleted some stories, and look what happened. I had another woman who was on welfare, and she was gifted the program by somebody, and in the 12 weeks, she got off of welfare. So here's the deal, okay? I've shared a few stories, but I have, in working with so many clients, I have seen thousands of ways that we all block our wealth and our abundance. And these stories and these imprinting and these programmed patterns about wealth and abundance can block the very thing that you're trying to create in your field of energy. I believe that if everyone changed these, there would never really be a money issue ever again. And I can prove this a little bit further. Let's look at the belief or the idea that thoughts are things. If I had told you earlier that your love for money is good and you knew that it was your birthright to have money and to energetically resonate with money and to love money, your energy is vibrating at what I call love or above. And quantum physics says that if you look at something, you change how the energy behaves. So if you consider the idea that loving money is good, then when you love money, according to quantum physics, it acts like a magnet to bring you more money. But, and there is a big but here, you also have competing thoughts that are unconscious to you that are also kind of vibrating there. And they act like the barrier, and you might not even know that they're programmed in there, and they're there. I call them cross purposes, okay? And so these get programmed in from your mom, dad, society, teachers, authority figures, religious figures, and on and on and on and on. And we take them in because we love mom and dad, and we want to be like them, and we want them to love us back. But the thing is all of these kind of cross purposes can be an undercurrent that's sabotaging and blocking the abundance from flowing through. And so by clearing all of these beliefs, you then can use quantum physics to your benefit and just resonate and vibrate and attract and love abundance and money. And that's why the key to liberating yourself is to go to a different frequency, to let me help you ask the right questions to find out where this stuff is at, and then help energize your energetic field with the right frequency that deletes it from you permanently. So using my unique gift for tapping into people's energy fields, I can help you access it. For using my unique gift of being able to know what the 24 subconscious blocks are, and for guiding people through an amazing journey of clearing it, I know all the weird angles, okay? I know where to look. I know where to show you where to look. And it's a liberating, life-changing process. And basically what we do is we kind of go into your energy field, like I go into an client's energy field, and we start balancing it. We start finding where is the root little nugget where this first got implanted, and where are all the layers that are piled up on top of it. And then we start clearing those on the specific abundance block that we're working on. And then we fill you in with the good stuff, the positive belief that abundance is easy, that it's safe, right, and good to have abundance, that you deserve it, that you're worth it, that it's your natural state, it's your birthright. And the result is energetic transformation with little or no effort. Like, you have to be willing to take the energy in, but that doesn't take a lot of effort, okay? So it's really, really cool how this energy stuff can work if you know how to target and find the right beliefs and programs and where they are and how, and how to delete them all. Now, the cool thing is the technique works on individuals. So I've done it on my 25,000 one-on-one clients, but I've also done it in groups, okay? I've done it with groups that have tens of thousands of people on it, and I get the most fascinating Facebook messages and emails back. They're going, oh my gosh, this totally works. Oh my gosh, something cool happened right after the webinar. And in fact, you get to experience what I'm talking about firsthand in the energy clearing session that's coming up shortly. So, have you guys ever heard of the Maharishi effect? Well, it was documented. It's a documented phenomena in which large groups of people can quickly and effectively spark positive change by focusing on a common goal. And they did a number of fascinating studies, and it showed that by people meditating or agreeing on a certain outcome, okay, that you could affect crime rates in cities, you could decrease unemployment rates, you could increase stock prices. So imagine what it can do for an individual's life. And the key is this collective consciousness, this hologram that gets created. When we're in a group, we kind of tap into the whole energy field of abundance. We start bringing it in, and then we use this clarity and this awareness to start eliminating all the similar abundance blocks and patterns that we all have. And the result is that you kind of get on the super freeway, right? And you get there a little bit faster than maybe just doing it on your own. And those of you guys who have been meditating for years and you still have abundance blocks and things like this, you know what I'm talking about. It's completely frustrating. And I have lots of people who do my course and they say, oh my gosh, I've been meditating, working myself for 25 years, and these things were always annoying to me, and you helped me find what the root cause of them is. So let's get started, okay? Now is the favorite part of my session. It's the energy clearing session, and I want to help you guys clear some of your blocks today. I want to help you live from this amazing abundance frequency, this lover above energy space. And I don't want you living in stress, in fear, in contraction. You know what I mean? Like, think of what the energy of no money equals, right? Like, it's very contracting. It's very debilitating to some people. And I'm going to show you where the places are to look for these blocks. And so I'm going to ask you some questions, and I'm going to show you some things by doing this meditation. Remember, when I'm guiding you, intuition happens within the first few seconds, okay? So I'll ask you a question about, like, what age do you think something happened to you? An age will pop into your mind, and I want you to just really, really, like, believe and trust that that's the age, and then we're going to clear it, okay? And we're going to transmute it, and we're going to get rid of it, all right? So it's going to be amazing. So the first thing we want to do is we want to connect to the abundance frequency. So I want you to take your energy up 300 feet where you see, sense, or feel the light. Now, everyone naturally does this when they say, hey, I'm going to pray about something or I'm going to meditate about it. You naturally, whether you know this or not, you take your energy up really, really high and you connect to source energy. Okay? And some people actually see the light. Some people just feel it and take a deep breath. However it works for you is totally fine. But I want you to take your energy up, connect to the light, and allow this light to start coming through your crown, the top of your head. and ask this light, this abundance frequency, to clear away all thoughts of lack and limit. Now allow this light to come into your eye, cleansing away everywhere you just see problems or debt. And allow this light to come into your ears, cleansing away everywhere you block the guided answers and the truth from showing up. Allow the light to come into your voice and your throat, cleansing away everywhere you block the energy of speaking your new future into place. Allow the light to come into your heart, cleansing away everywhere you have lost compassion or commitment for things to change in your life, where you stopped having hope. Allow the light to come into your solar plexus, cleansing away everywhere you block your life from flowing from love versus fear. Allow the light to come into your stomach area, cleansing everywhere you block your life and feel powerless over circumstances, where you gave in or gave up, going for it. Allow the light to come into your hips, cleansing away everywhere you lack the go for it attitude. And allow this light to come all the way through your feet, grounding you in a fresh new energy that's totally you, that's totally inspiring, completely hopeful, filled in with abundance. Now let this light, just imagine it, go downward into the center of the planet, and imagine that there's this light that feels like mother's love in the center of the planet. Okay? It feels safe, it feels secure, it feels grounded, it feels happy. And some of you might just take a deep breath when you connect to it. And once you kind of connect to this feeling of safe, supportive, mothering kind of energy, caretaking energy, I want you to imagine like an elevator, it can come back up through you. You see, we want to connect you to the light from above and below. Okay? We want to have energy flowing in both directions. And allow this light to come up to your feet and your knees and your legs and your hips and your stomach and your heart and your throat and your head. And now you have this energy of safety and security and filled inness coming through you. And now you're covered with light. And I want you to imagine from your heart area, I want you to imagine this ball of light just expanding out all the way around you, 10 feet around you. 20 feet around you, 30 feet around you, 40 feet around you, 60 feet around you, and just spreading out and out and out until you find the cozy place, the place where it just feels comfortable. You are now connected to the abundance frequency. You are now connected to source energy. You are now connected to unlimited possibilities. And I want you to now, for a moment, think of your last 4 years' income. Okay? And I want you to add it up. And I want you to divide it by 4. This is your average income over the last 4 years. I want you to look at it this way. Your average income is actually your limit. Okay? This is how much you will allow to come into your abundance frequency per year. And this is how much you will allow to kind of stay there. Okay? It's kind of your set point, so to speak. But I want you to ask this question. Okay? So first off, did you spend all of it? Did you save any of it? Okay? Because that's another set point. And usually we get these set points by deciding things and having beliefs and ideas when we were younger. So regarding this set point in your income level, at what age did you first start blocking
your income? At what age did you decide that this was my set point? And then just let the numbers kind of pop in your head. And just trust the first number that came in. So at what age was the first age you decided, hey, this is my set point? And it might be a different age, but at what age did you decide to start blocking your abundance? Okay. Now, here's the question. Did you believe this or get this belief or idea from your mom, from your dad, from yourself, or someone else? Mom, dad, self, or someone else? And here's the tool. We're going to start doing an energy clearing statement that starts clearing it. So I want you to imagine this light is coming in, and this light, this higher frequency, is going to dissolve this belief or block that you accumulated at that age. So let the light in, and you might even feel it kind of heavy in a certain part of your body. Just notice when you think of blocking your abundance or limiting yourself or creating this set point, does a part of your body actually feel heavy? Kind of notice that, because that's where the belief is kind of locked in your reality. Your soul's bigger than your body, and you have this belief stuck in your reality somewhere, and you might be feeling it in your body. So let lots of light in and kind of just say this out loud with me. We're going to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. We're going to clear and transmute this across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere this belief is that I've created a set point, that I'm limiting my abundance, that I can't have more than enough, I'm going to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And then I want you to fill in with the positive thing. And the positive thing is, what would it take? So what would it take for me to be able to receive more and more abundance? What would it take for my new set point to be, and fill in the blank, right? What would it take for me to be able to receive $100,000? What would it take for me to receive $200,000? What would it take for me to receive $300,000? And when you're saying, what would it take for me to receive, you're letting the universe figure that out for you. Now, regarding your life in general, let's find another block. Regarding your life in general, did you ever decide that you were not able to create more than enough money? Okay, did you ever decide at some level, hey, I don't have enough? Okay, what's the age that you decided this? And did you pick this up from mom, dad, yourself, or someone else? And where does it feel kind of heavy in your body? I want you to bring in a lot of light to that place, and I want you to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And just imagine that this light instantly transmutes this belief or block. And then we want to fill in with the good stuff. So what would it take for me to have more than enough money? What would it take for the universe to supply me with everything I need? What would it take for me to always have extra? All right. Regarding your career, did you ever lose hope that there was nothing better out there for you? Are you stuck in a job that you really don't like because you actually think that there's nothing better for you? So regarding this, when did you decide that there's nothing better, or that you actually can't get what you really, 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 really want? Okay, did you pick that up from mom, dad, yourself, or someone else? Okay, where does it feel heavy in your body? Okay, we're going to clear and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Clear and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Clear and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And what would it take for me to actually be able to do me for a living, right? What would it take for me to actually get what I want for my career? What would it take for me to make money being me? What would it take for me to get paid being me? What would it take for me to get paid more than I need being me? Okay, here's another one. At what age did you decide that money was hard to come by? At what age did you decide that money was hard to come by? Or that you had to work hard for it? Okay. Did you pick this up from mom, dad, yourself, or someone else? Who talked you out of your money? Okay, where does it feel kind of heavy in your body when you think of it? Okay, and if you don't feel, that's okay. It's still clearing, okay? Just so you know, if you don't feel it like some people feel it, that's okay. It means you shut up some of your feelings, and that's totally fine, but it's still clearing anyway, okay? So whatever this is, will you please clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality? Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Okay, and the more you do this, by the way, you guys, the more awareness you get, the more your feelings turn back on, and the more you'll be able to intuitively hear the ages if you're one of the ones that's not hearing or feeling it, okay? This is normal if you somewhere shut yourself off. All right, so now let's fill back in. So what would it take for money to be easy to come by? What would it take for me to know that abundance is my natural state? What would it take for me to know that abundance is my birthright? All right. Okay, if you've ever felt stressed out about money, I want you to ask yourself, did I learn this from mom, dad, myself, or someone else? Where did I learn to stress out about money? At what age did this pattern first take hold? Okay, kind of sense or feel where it feels kind of heavy. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Bring the light in right to that spot. Some of you guys might be yawning or crying or have weird sensations going on. That's very normal, okay? That's very normal when you're clearing energy patterns for that to happen. Okay, so bring it into that place and clear and transmute everywhere you're stressed out about money and everywhere you duplicated it from somebody. And everywhere you learn to stress out about money, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you learn to stress out about money, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. If you've ever been fearful about generating wealth, at what age did you decide that there was something not good or kind about loving money? Right? Who told you that it's not good or kind to love money? So at what age did you decide that it's not good to love money? And did you hear this from your mom, dad, self, or someone else? Again, the first one that pops in your head is the answer, even if you don't remember what happened. Okay, so wherever it feels kind of heavy, I want you to take your energy into that spot, in, on, and around your body, and clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Please clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Okay, and then fill in. What would it take for me to know that it's completely okay to love money? What would it take for me to know that it's completely okay to love abundance? What would it take for me to know it's completely okay to generate wealth? It's okay for me to be rich. It's safe, right, and good for me to be wealthy. Okay, now I want you to look at this. What story did your mom or the maternal figure in your life, okay, whoever raised you, that was mom, what kind of energy did they have about money? Did they love it, hate it, stress about it, talk about it, go shopping all the time, spend it all? And then, did you duplicate that energy? And if yes, at what age did you duplicate that energy? At what age did you duplicate maternal figure or mom's energy? Okay, where does it feel heavy in your body? I want you to take your energy into that spot, and I want you to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality.
Okay, what would it take for you to be your own energy about money? What would it take for you to be your own birthright and natural energy about abundance and money? Okay, what story did your dad have about money or the father figure in your life? And what age did you start duplicating it? So what was dad's issues with money? And what age did you duplicate it and make it real? So take your energy into that place where it feels a little heavy or tight in your body, and I want you to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimensions, space, and reality. And just kind of think the light's coming in and instantly transmute it. So if you think you can't say it as fast as I am, the reason I say it fast is because the energy wants to come in fast and really, really, really just Shazam it. Okay, but just think of the energy coming in and instantly melting your story about where you duplicated dad's energy about money. What would it take for you to live your own story about money? What would it take for you to live your own reality about money? All right, I want you to ask this question. In about a month from now, 30 days from now, are you living the same life you have? Or have you taken a giant step into a more abundant future? And if the answer came back that you're not taking any more giant steps into the future, I want you to ask this question, okay? Just very intuitively. I want you to ask, will Christie's abundance tools help me shift faster than I can on my own? Okay. Now, if you heard yes, obviously you know the answer, take some action. But if you heard no, I want you to ask this question. Okay, it's very fascinating what can happen. I want you to ask, do you have a block that's sabotaging you and is telling you to not go for it? Okay, if you got a yes, I want you to ask, can I let go of this? Or does some part of me really just want to keep a lack of abundance? Because sometimes what happens is we want to be safe. So we don't want to have abundance. We think abundance is going to be completely unsafe to us, okay? And then we'll have this part of us that sabotages us and tells us, no, you can't go for it. Don't go for that. Don't buy that thing because that won't help you, right? Don't go listen to that person who actually might help you. Don't apply for 20 jobs because you actually might get one that you love, right? Don't go trading that stock even though it just, tripled in the last month, because you won't be that person that makes a lot of money. Like you see what happens? Like this part of you could be telling you no. So I want you to ask, do you have a part of you that sabotages you like that and talks you out of your good? If so, I want you to ask, what's the belief? I heard a lot of you guys have the belief that I am unworthy, okay? So you might have heard a different belief, but what age is the first age that you duplicated the belief that sabotages you, whatever it is? What age is the first age that you duplicated this belief? Mom, dad, self, or someone else is where you picked it up. Okay, so clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. What would it take for me to actually get what I want in life? What would it take for me to use whatever tools, whatever opportunities, whatever career path would be the best, most amazing life for me? What would it take for me to actually just go for it and let me have everything? What would it take for abundance to be my birthright? Okay, and when you're ready, you can just kind of open your eyes.
Hey, how was it for you guys? What's really cool is during the session, you should have felt some things moving around, and you're going to see these amazing shifts start coming to you either right away or over the next days, weeks, and months. So pay attention to that. So just know we started building a new foundation for your abundance coming over the next year. But the truth is that there are at least 24 abundance blocks that affect all of us to varying degrees, and you're going to need to eliminate these before you can start attracting abundance. And the abundance is going to come effortlessly. And the beauty about clearing abundance blocks is that the positive change happens automatically with no effort on your part. It's because your subconscious mind and your energy field is doing all the work for you. It's lined up. And you can also do this on your own. When you get my Unlimited Abundance program, I help you clear up one by one all your biggest blocks. Okay, so now that you understand abundance blocks and you've experienced the energy clearing session, it's time for you to get inspired. And let me share with you exactly what can happen when you're able to break free from your abundance blocks. You know, in May of 2011, when I offered the 3-month online energy clearing event for the small group of 400 people, it was called the Unlimited Abundance Journey. And during this journey, I performed live energy clearing where I tapped into everyone's collective energy field and we eliminated each and every of the 24 main abundance blocks one at a time. So you're not going to believe some of the things that happened once the event ended. And I started getting these long appreciation emails from participants telling me that their lives were completely transformed going through the journey.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of letters that came in from that first batch of 400. These, I remember, were students that had the best results.
Wow. Okay, so I remember Deanne. Deanne, she basically helped, she got a contract with her real estate company to sell $20 million worth of products. So that's amazing.
I had a stay-at-home mom, Karen. She said she was always in fear. She had 5 kids, her hubby. They had very little savings. One thing could go wrong and kaboom, it would be a big mess. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys are in the same situation. And she didn't know how long they could go just scraping by. So Karen, she was from the UK. She loved herself enough. She took some action and she joined my abundance group online. And she wrote me an email and said, in under 4 weeks, I doubled my family income in 1 month. She goes, first, she manifested what she called her dream job. She used the tools and she made her dream job happen, which was basically a part-time job working from home so she could raise her kids, okay? And then she kept doing the tools and she goes, I think this is abundance thing is like going off onto everyone else because all of a sudden my boss is now busier and she keeps giving me more hours. And I don't mind the hours because I like working for my boss. And the funny thing is my husband is also getting more clients. So the boss got inundated and Karen said she went from working 1 day a week to 4 days a week and she loved it. She said, I doubled the household income. And she put in the email, Christie, you have to understand, things like this never happened to me before. My family was barely making ends meet, and now we have more than double that. She goes, my abundance energy just kind of took hold, and it created more sales and more clients in his position at work, and I'm so grateful and happy. Thank you, thank you.
So those are some of the amazing stories that I got of the 400 people that emailed me.
And that's just a handful. Unlimited Abundance, what you guys ought to know, is the product on Mindvalley that gets the largest number of people writing back with stories. And so there's a page you can see on our website with over 100 stories from people all around the world, just like you, who've experienced this program and had crazy results.
Yeah. Also, let me ask you this. How much are your blocks costing you? You know, if you're not making as much as you want per year, you have credit card debt, what are you going to do to change it? And if you don't change this situation, how much is it costing you? You know, if Deanne hadn't increased her savings by over 6,000% and manifested that $20 million contract, you know, it would have cost her a lot of money. Again, I can't guarantee that you're going to make that, but ask yourself, what if? What do you have to lose? You know, what if your blocks are talking you out of taking action on the very thing that is the answer to your prayers?
Christie, thank you. That was an incredible session. And the question I want to ask you guys is, what if you could develop the mindset of truly abundant people by stripping away the blocks holding you back? Ask yourself, where would you be in 3 years? Heck, where would you be 6 months from now? And if you're thinking about enrolling in the Unlimited Abundance program, there's an enrollment button below this webinar. It's not $1,000 anymore. You're still getting 24 hours access to content, but right now it's just a fraction of the price because it's recorded and we wanted to make this available to as many of our members as we could. Thus far, 50,000 people have enrolled in this program, which is another reason why there are so many case studies floating around about unlimited abundance. So you can check out information below, but I just want to, I got to share these letters because this is so amazing. So Leela Halai, this is crazy. 10% raise, got a check for $50,000 for a referral, then a check for $5,000, then a check for $60,000. Patricia Engebretson, first week of taking a course, she sold something for $1,400 and then another piece for $350. Nina Hansen, and I love the fact that so many of you send your pictures as well and give us permission to use them. Her disability payment came through faster than expected. Stephanie, a new avenue of income has opened up for me that is 8 times more than I was making before. Alex Daling, since I started listening 2 weeks ago, I've sold the last 6 out of 7 clients easily. 2 of them literally told me at our first meeting, I'm going with you. Let's hurry up and get this done. And so it's incredible, the results people are having. And you know what? I don't think this is purely metaphysics. I don't think this is just magic. I think what's going on here is that our ability to make money is so deeply rooted in our self-worth, in our self-image, in our beliefs about how easy it is to make money and the value we give to the world. And you really strip away everything holding it back. We emerge as a new you. And I know so many people think that the path to making more money is to get that next degree or go to MBA school. But I can tell you that if you actually look at the wealthy people out there, there's no correlation. Many of the wealthiest people I know have no degree whatsoever. Yes. It's got to do with their mindset and their attitude to wealth. I don't think schools teach you how to be wealthy. They teach you how to be great at a job.
Right.
But being great at a job is not necessarily a correlation to wealth. Yeah. And wealth, by the way, is not necessarily a correlation to abundance. Abundance is more than just the money in your bank account. Abundance is the full scope of what you experience in life. And so what happens is that when you strip away those blocks, your life enriches. You have more adventures, more travel, more beautiful, meaningful memories and experiences. And the things holding you back from all of this often are nothing more than rules, bullshit rules that we took on as we grew up. Christie helps you get rid of those. So whatever you're facing, that's a block, could be one of the 24 blocks. And what you want to do in this program when you enroll is don't get overwhelmed. You don't have to spend 24 hours going through everything in one straight line. Rather, look at the appendix. Look at what the 24 blocks are and feel your way into them. Ask yourself, is this the block I need to listen to? And then go in order. And what will likely happen, guys, is you will immediately be gravitated to pick the first 1-hour session for that block that is most relevant to you. Then go on to the second and the third and the fourth. It is very easy to go through these programs. As Christie said, most of us have about 10 blocks. There are 24 in this program, so most of these blocks are covered. But honestly, if you go through 3 or 4, that's already an incredible impact on your life. And remember, Christie is the type of healer who charges $1,000 per hour. She has a client list that is crazy long, and she now has 20 other healers working under her because of the demand that she gets. And what you're getting here is really an hour with Christie, taking you through this incredible transformative experience for close to $20 to $30 per session, which is incredible given the results people are getting.
Hey, thanks for sharing that. So let me share with you guys the 4 good reasons why you do not want to miss this program. And the first reason is you're going to experience an immersive energy balancing. You see, this isn't your everyday home training program. As an intuitive and a healer, my gift is working with people's energy fields. And during each session, I use a series of techniques that allow me to address these issues. And the result is instant energetic transformation, with little or no effort on your part. And trust me, it will leave your body and your mind feeling absolutely rejuvenated. And the beauty of this technique is that it works perfectly, even through the audio recordings. Most of my clients who've experienced the best results were actually long distance ones. And the second reason is you're going to get a group of my most powerful energetic tools. And over the years, I've developed and perfected dozens of energetic tools that can easily and quickly spark positive changes in anyone, and I mean anyone's energetic frequency. And the third reason that you want to be on the unlimited abundance journey is that a huge majority of the original 400 people reported massive positive improvements in their wealth, careers, and sense of purpose. On top of them, thousands of successful clients I've worked with over the years also report the same thing. So it makes me confident to know that you're going to experience results too. And the fourth reason is that you're going to have a lot of fun. I mean, I strongly believe that the more relaxed and happy you are, the better results that you're going to get. So that's why the Unlimited Abundance Home Training Program is designed to be an experience you're genuinely going to enjoy. It's a highlight of your day instead of a chore. It's important that we align our energy with abundance so we can prosper, not just in the new moment, this new year, but beyond. So think of all the amazing things you can do for yourself, for your family, for the planet. When you get rid of your abundance blocks, you could live in a nicer home, you could have more money to spend, you can take those family vacations, you can give back to the community, you can help your family. So, basically abundance, fixing your abundance is one of the keys to the most fulfilling life. And I want you to have that.
It is an amazing skill. So let's do a quick recap. Now, firstly, if you want to enroll in Unlimited Abundance, know this. If you scroll down below, here's a little secret. As a thank you for staying with us for this past hour plus, you've unlocked a special price for this program. The price is already discounted incredibly from the full value of the program. And try to find another 24-hour worth of content program that has this many case studies, that is on such a beautiful platform, that is this affordable, right? But we know a lot of people need this. And so we like to give incredible value for money here at Mindvalley. So you can enroll in this program and get another further discount just as a thank you for staying with us and being part of this masterclass. And also know you don't have to make up your mind right now. You can try out this program, and if you don't so much as like the first 10 minutes of what you listen to, shoot one email to support@mindvalley.com. You get an unconditional refund, no questions asked. Our customer support team is ranked as one of the best customer support teams in the world by nicereply.com. And it's because we practice this policy of allowing our students like you to try out our program and then decide. So I think you're really going to enjoy that. Now, a couple of other quick things. The program is 24 hours of content, but keep in mind, you choose what you want to listen to. And you may not have to go through all of the program. Simply choose the abundance blocks that most apply to your life. And secondly, to make it super easy to listen, you can access this program on the Mindvalley Android app, iOS app, or on your desktop. It's all part of the package. So keep this in mind. In our survey to our list, to all of you guys, the number one skill people said they wanted to learn is abundance. And there's a good reason for that. Abundance improves everything else. It improves your relationships. It improves your health. It improves your contribution to the world. It improves how you raise your kids and your legacy. Focus on getting your abundance right. And this program is a remarkable gift. I've learned so much from Christie in terms of how to be a better entrepreneur, because for the longest time I was striving and struggling, but not necessarily making money. You see, building a business doesn't mean you're making money. They are completely unrelated. But when you have the right abundance blocks, everything allows this energy of abundance to flow into your life. And it's a really beautiful living that you start to have. So Christie, how about now we get on to some frequently asked questions? Okay, so for those of you who enjoyed this masterclass and are ready to enroll, all the information is below. Some of you might want to learn a little bit more. So what I'm going to share now are some of the most commonly asked questions that we get for Christie Marie Sheldon and Unlimited Abundance. So Christie, the first question is, how fast do I see results?
Actually, I commonly get emails right after this free webinar from people saying, I listened to your webinar and this cool thing just happened, okay? But in my experience, just overall looking at it, the common kind of email I get is, it took me about listening to it about 30 days, and somewhere within the 30 days, I got this incredible result.
Now, when you say 30 days, do you mean someone listening to this continuously for 30 days?
No, just as directed. Okay, so when they get the program,
so they may have listened for an hour or two, but within 30 days, they see a shift.
Yes, absolutely.
Next question. I got a busy schedule, and I noticed there are 24 audio sessions in the program. How will I ever find time for this?
You know what? Everyone takes a shower, hopefully every day, right? Everyone drives somewhere every day. Just take 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes of abundance shifting. Why not? You know what I mean? Start where you can start, do the best you can.
Okay, and wait, aren't there meditations in this? Wouldn't it be dangerous if you're driving and...
Well...
You might want to backtrack on that.
Oh my God, I am so tired.
Okay, let me try to answer that, because I know, Christie, we've been going on for a while and you are tired. So, firstly, you don't have to listen to all 24. You're going to pick the ones which apply to you. You can intuitively ask yourself if this is the one to listen to. But automatically, when you see the titles, you will know if this applies to you. I've not gone through the full program. I've gone through maybe 4 or 5 of the blocks. That's it. And I've seen dramatic results. And someday I should get to number 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. But that's pretty much how it works. Now, the next question is, it does cost a whole lot less, but is the home training program really as effective as the actual live experience in 2011 was?
Actually, I think it's more powerful, because what happens is there's this morphic field or energy field, whatever word you want to call it, okay, that's been created around 50,000 people doing the program. Right. And so when I tap into the energy of it, it's actually faster.
That's fascinating. I don't know how that works, but...
Yeah, it's just somebody one time explained to me from the quantum...
I missed the live session, so I listened to the recordings.
Yeah. Somebody one time explained to me the whole quantum physics of the morphic field, whatever. But basically, all I know is when I tap into the energy, it feels lighter. It feels faster. Yeah. I
see. So anyway, those are the most commonly asked questions. Again, all the information is below. Check out Unlimited Abundance by Mindvalley. Our AFES speaker who has the single highest number of views on YouTube because she giggles that much and that well. And she's also a brilliant mind. And thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. I know this has been a long masterclass, but I hope you got a ton of useful information from this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm so excited. You guys should get working on those abundance blocks.
Thank you.
My number one program was Christie Marie Sheldon.
The truth is, with Christie's programs, they have catapulted me beyond anything I've ever done.
I had a release on that webinar.
Unlimited Abundance has been such an amazing experience for me.
Cleared all that baggage, made a profit on the house. I'm so proud. I'm so glad I did this. So glad.
It's definitely worth it.
And then you start really realizing, oh, I can have what I want. I can feel how I want to feel. I can have the relationships I want.
Everything that she said to me were so accurate. I mean, I could give detailed information based on what she said.
I could feel Christie Marie's energy, and she was envying other people.
After being able to release those thoughts, that's actually when we saw our company skyrocket.
Spent some of our last dollars on her course, and now we own our own firm. We're multimillionaires, and things have really changed around once we were able to become open to the other ways of looking at things.
It has me really hopeful for the future.
Just do it. Just do it.
We love Christie Marie Sheldon.